That's the recording started. And the live stream. Okay, so welcome back. We're at item 12 of our agenda today, and it's the grant of an occasional licence, repeated occasional licence, grant of occasional extension applications. It's a hearing, and this time it's for Mr. Ortega Jajuelo of 55 to 57 Marketplace in Inverurie. And the licensing standards officer who made a representation is Lisa Godini. I don't think the applicant is here to be admitted into the meeting, is he?
Chair, he had intimated, I believe, to Harriet that he was going to attend, but I don't have him in the meeting at the moment. And if you wish for him to be called in by Harriet.
We could try calling him in.
I'll call him in now.
Thank you.
Doesn't seem to be. It's ringing.
Calling is unable to take your call. Please leave your message after the tone.
No answer from the phone call, Chair.
Okay. Are members happy to proceed in the absence of the applicant?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Or do we want to just try one more time? Just
Try
have a
one more
second
time.
attempt. Yeah, I think a second attempt, please, Harriet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Calling now.
Person you're calling is unable to take your call. Please leave.
No answer, Chair.
Okay, thank you, and thank you for trying. I think, members, are we happy to proceed?
Proceed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. So the applicant's not in the meeting, so we can just go on. And Lisa has already heard all the meeting protocol, and I'll just go straight to Lisa and ask her to make her representation.
Thank you. So my representation is in relation to 4 occasional licence applications. The first one from the 15th of May, with the 4th running until the 9th of July. All 4 applications were lodged on the 30th of March 2024. The applicant has been applying for occasional licences for their business since December 2023. There has been a total of 11 granted occasional licences, with the most recent granted licence due to expire on the 8th of May 2024. Whilst doing my prep yesterday, I've discovered that I believe there's a small gap in the applications where the premises will not be licensed from the 9th of May until the grant of any further applications following this hearing, with the applications due to take effect from the 15th of May. With these applications in mind, it would be my opinion that the continual use of occasional licences to run the business is inconsistent with the Aberdeenshire Licensing Board policy statement from 2023 to 2028. 4.45 of the policy relates to repeat use of occasional licences, where it's detailed that businesses using occasional licences for a period of over 3 months will require applications to be considered at a hearing and will not be granted by the board under delegated authority. Should the Licensing Board be minded to grant these applications, then in my representation I have recommended conditions to apply to the granted licences. These are from the pool of local conditions set out by the Licensing Board in addition to Schedule 4. The conditions that have been recommended for all previous occasional licence applications since the 1st of December and have been agreed previously with the applicant. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Can I just check with Harriet? Is there any progress on a premises licence application?
I can confirm a premises licence has been submitted and is being progressed accordingly.
Okay, thank you. Members, have you any questions for Lisa? No. Do you wish, well, I've got a slight question there, Lisa, to do with that gap. So even if we were to grant these applications today, they're going to have a few days when they have no licence.
Yes, that's correct. I'm unsure kind of what's happened here. I keep a track of applications in my own records, and I had noticed a wee gap just yesterday, and I think it's a week. With it being a week, I feel that the dates have maybe just been missed rather than an application has been submitted. If it was for 2 weeks, I would kind of say an application has come into the system and it's been lost per se, but I've had a good look through the system and I can't find anything that would license the business between the 9th and the 15th of May. So yes, the business would have to cease any sale of alcohol during this period of time.
Or would they be able to submit a late occasional? Because it's outside 6 weeks now.
It certainly is. I mean, I guess that's up to the applicant to decipher whether or not he wishes to submit an application and for it to go through the process of potentially being processed or potentially declined, depending on the time scale that we have available to us. That would be for the applicant to kind of decide. I think I'm unsure if the applicant is aware that there's this period of time. I would imagine not. I think it's just been a genuine error when the applications have been submitted. You know, they're being done in small bulks, let's say, and I think possibly just you know that it's a week that's just been missed out from when going through the calendar, for example. So I would imagine the applicant isn't aware at this moment in time. And it's only something that I picked up late yesterday when I was putting this together. So it would need to be a conversation, I guess, that I try and have with Oscar prior after this meeting.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Goodall?
Just for clarity in my ongoing education, there's nothing we can do regarding this, given that it seems to be a clerical error on the applicant's part. We can't amend the date ourselves in some form or function? No. Okay.
Okay. No more questions for Lisa? So have you any closing remarks?
No, I've got nothing. As Harriet confirmed, there's an application being submitted a little while ago, and I think we're getting close to it starting to go through the consultation process in due course.
Okay, thank you. So do board members require any legal advice from the clerk? No. So will the Deputy Clerk then please outline the terms of the legal test for the application?
Thank you, Chair. There are no grounds upon which the board can refuse these applications. You've heard that there is a premises licence application being submitted. Again, I would be asking the board to give officers a steer as to how you wish future occasional licence applications to be dealt with, and if you're happy for that to be delegated to officers alone or officers in consultation with yourself, Chair. Just to clarify, because I appreciate this gap, I've just checked with Harriet and I can see that she's quite content that if they were to submit an application, it would just be a matter as to whether or not we could get it processed in time. But you may wish to consider that when you are considering delegating powers to officers, because that would allow us to deal with that application as well.
Okay, presumably that would just follow the usual late application procedure and come for consultation?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do members wish to retire to deliberate? No. So in that case, it's open for debate. No comments? Mr. Goodall?
Well, just to say it's a pity the applicant isn't here, but having said that, everything seems to be in order and I can't see any pertinent reason for refusing.
Okay, thank you. So can board members please just confirm you've received sufficient evidence upon which to make a decision?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
So can I call for a motion? Ms. Black?
Maybe I'm just really quick on my button. Thank you. Yeah, I'm content to put forward a motion that we grant these occasional licenses with delegated powers should any further come forward until the full license is in front of us as per our previous decisions.
Okay. Presumably granted with the conditions as outlined in the
yes,
LSO's
absolutely.
representation.
Yeah.
Mr. Menard, are you seconding?
I certainly am seconding that exactly as Miss Black put over.
Okay, thank you. So happy then with delegated powers to deal with occasionals, given that there might be this additional application to cover the gap. We'll just call it the gap.
Do we have the, I mean, obviously in our standing orders, in our governance, we have that the convener needs to be contacted regarding late occasionals. Is it within our powers here to say for that particular gap occasional, should it come in, that you would not need to be consulted, that they could just go ahead to expedite it?
Harriet has just raised her hand.
Per the new policy, it was agreed that any late applications that are under 7 days are automatically rejected, and any under 4 weeks we will attempt to process them. However, you know, if there's not enough time to be advertised, etc., that will just be if the license is granted within that time. Yeah, so we wouldn't be going to the convener unless it was, you know, under 7 days and it was an emergency, for example.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. And sorry, just obviously this isn't the due process part, but will officers be in touch with the applicant this afternoon to point out that that gap so that they can do that?
Lisa's nodding.
Perfect.
Yeah, yes, I'll attempt to phone Oscar after this meeting. It's potential that he's in the middle of lunch service at the moment, so but I'll attempt to get hold of him, and if not, I'll send an email with the application form and things for him to complete.
Yeah, just give him every chance. That's fine.
Will
Thank
do.
you.
Okay, thank you. So is there an amendment? No. So in that case, can I just ask Deputy Clerk to confirm the motion, please?
Thank you, Chair. So we have a motion by Ms Black, seconded by Mr Maynard, that the applications before you this afternoon are granted subject to the standard local conditions and the LSO recommended conditions, and further that any future occasional licence applications received from this applicant will be dealt with under delegated authority to officers.
Okay, thank you. So is that a unanimous decision, members?
Yes.
Agreed.
Yep. Agreed.
Agreed. Okay, so can we just confirm that decision, please?
Yes, so that's these four, so I'm just checking. Four applications have been granted subject to the standard local conditions and the LSO recommended conditions. And the board have agreed that future occasional licence applications from this applicant will be dealt with under delegated powers to officers.
Okay, thank you. I think I see a new attendee in the meeting. That might actually be
That is
the applicant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just let him in.
Yeah. Were you able to hear all that? Oh, the applicant's gone again. I think he would have been in long enough to have heard the decision, but that'll be confirmed to him in writing anyway.
The applicant's in the meeting just now.
Oh, the applicant is
Yes,
in the
he is in the
meeting.
meeting.
Right, welcome.
Thank you.
Did you hear the board's decision?
No. What was it?
Yeah. I'll get the deputy clerk to go over it again.
Okay, thank you.
It's okay, you just missed it. I can confirm your 4 occasional licence applications have been granted by the board this afternoon. They are subject to the standard local conditions and the licensing services officer's recommended conditions. The board have also agreed that any future occasional licence applications submitted by you will be dealt with by officers under delegated powers until such time as your premises licence application has been processed and determined. Okay. I think just to raise with you, we have identified this morning that there is a gap in your licence provision for the week leading up to the 15th of May, and Lisa Godini will speak to you about that. She was going to try and get a hold of you this afternoon, so she can speak to you about that. But hopefully you can just get a late occasional licence application in to cover that period.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your help.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
And I'm sorry you missed the actual hearing. We did try calling you, but you're
I know.
probably busy.
Yeah, well, no, I was actually picking my daughter from nursery, and I don't know why I had the phone in silent, so I didn't hear it, but it was my own fault. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Okay, thank you.
See you later. Bye now. Bye.
So that concludes item 12 on our agenda today. So that just leaves item 13, which is the date of the next meeting. The next board meeting will be on the 26th of June. And I can confirm now that the meeting is now concluded and the recording will be stopped. And thank you for your interest in this business and your participation in the meeting today. So we'll just wait for the recording and the live stream to be switched off. The live stream has